The sampler tool in 3D Coat is nearly identical to what you have in Photoshop with the Eyedropper tool. As you can see here, the only major difference is the hotkey. It's I here in Photoshop, whereas in 3D Coat you use the letter V. If you wanted to swap that, or if you wanted to use I instead, then you can always hover over a tool, hit the end key on your keyboard, and then reassign it to the hotkey you like. In this case, I'll choose I. With that done, I can be working in another tool and just hold down in sticky key fashion the I hotkey I just assigned, make a selection, and then just let up. Now I'm back in my tool. Let's go back over to Photoshop, and that's precisely how it works here. So if I'm working in the paintbrush, I can just hold down the I key, sample, and let go, and I'm right back in my paintbrush. Or I could just tap that hotkey, and now I'm pretty much stuck in the eyedropper tool until I choose something else. When you're in this tool, you can choose what you're sampling, whether it's just the current layer, all layers, and so on. This is very similar to what you have in 3D Coat as well. So if I hold down that hotkey to make the selection, I can quickly come over here and choose exactly what I want to include or exclude here in the Tool Options panel. So once I let up, I'm back in my tool. Now, as I mentioned previously, 3D Coat utilizes the letter V to invoke this tool on the fly, except it's a little bit different than you might expect. While you're working in another tool, you can simply just hover over an area that you want to quickly sample and just hit the hotkey V, and it will sample it for you without you having to actually click or anything, right? And the unique thing about this particular tool and the way it's implemented in 3D Coat is that you can sample not only color, but depth and specularity simultaneously, or with any combination thereof. One other way of sampling in 3D Coat that you'll find in a few other videos is using your image picker, and this will allow you to store one or more bitmaps into this palette. When you hover over a thumbnail, you'll see a larger representation, and you can actually undock this if you like and just float it in the viewport. Okay, you can zoom in and zoom out and pan and retarget it to its default. Okay, and then you can even adjust the hue, saturation, and lightness of whatever you've picked. But yeah, you could use this to just simply click at any point in time here in the image area and sample the color. Once you have selected the color that you want to utilize, you can quickly store it here in your swatches just as you can in Photoshop by clicking this small little green icon here, and it will store it. So I'll save another, store that, and then once you have a number of different colors that you want to store permanently, you can always go back to this toggle and you can save to a particular file. All right. So I can dock that again, and there you have it, the sampler tool in 3D Coat. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.